I pray pretty. What's good? What's going on, family? Listen, your vibe attracts your tribe. Community is about connectivity. I want you to make sure that you're part of this amazing Eagles Academy that really shows you how to soar into success and purpose. It's all about equipping you with the mindset, the skill set, and the tool set to be an asset in any environment. I want to give you the strategy, the structure, the solutions, the systems to really unveil your greatness, to grow your greatness in such an amazing way so that you can experience transformation in any industry. The ideas, the impact, the influence all takes place in our amazing Eagles Academy with so many incredible, influential minds that you need to connect to and you need to connect with. Join us right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Go get registered to join us right now. Family, what's up? What's up? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing well. Listen, I need you to make sure that you invite somebody in tonight. Invite somebody in tonight. Let them know that we are live. We are locked in. We are ready to go right here in the mix at not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but at 6. That's right. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time each and every single day. Yes. Monday through Friday. Come on, invite somebody in. Invite somebody in. I need you to make sure that you share this with somebody. I know you care. That's why you're here. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to make sure that you share this with somebody. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Come on, let's vibe a little bit higher. Let's make sure that we understand that our timeline could be someone's lifeline. Come on, invite somebody in. Let somebody know on your timeline that we are going to have an empowering, amazing session this evening. Whether you're watching us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, I hope you're locked in, Twitter, TikTok, and of course, YouTube. I need you to make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Come on. Hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, join. Come on. Yeah, I drop a lot of amazing content. I know it is. I know it is. I know it empowers you. I know it speaks to you. I know it inspires you. So let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. Subscribe. Subscribe. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you are watching from. You know, my hometown is Motown. I always put on for the city, as we say, as we greet you. As this is our version of hello. This is our version of how are you doing. This is our version of good evening. This is our version of good afternoon. This is our version of good morning. 3 words. What up, though? Make sure that you become a member of the Amazing Eagles Academy. It's where I coach, it's where I teach, it's where I train, it's where I mentor, it's where I really shift you to a different realm and a different dimension. Not just information, but we give you transformation to change each and every situation that it is that you experience. You want to grow in your relationships, want to grow in your business, want to grow in your ideas, increasing your ideas, your impact, and your influence. Come on, join us. Join us. Eagles, where you at? Drop some eagle emojis in the chat tonight. Drop some eagle emojis in the chat. You say, well, how do I become a member? I'm so glad that you asked. All you have to do is go right now to the eaglesacademy.com. Sharpen your skill set, your mindset, your tool set, and become an asset. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. If you're ready tonight, just type ready. If you're ready, type ready. I hope you've been having a great day in a great way. It's about to get even better. Come on, if you're ready, type ready. You know how we do it, family. Let's go. Let's grow. That's right. Let's go. Let's grow. Yesterday, we talked about, as you know, the keys. We talked about keys to date with direction. That's what we were kicking it off. That's what we were talking about yesterday. Keys to date with direction. And as you know, I gave you half of the information. Today, we're going to complete it. Yesterday, I gave you 2 keys. Today, I'm going to give you the remaining keys. Yeah. We're jumping into part 2. And before we do that, you know I got to hit the rewind button. You know I got to take that and rewind it back. Got to give you a quick recap. And if you remember, matter of fact, did part 1 speak to you at all? Did you get anything from part 1? Just drop some fire emojis in the chat if you got anything from part 1. If part 1 spoke to you at all yesterday, just drop some fire emojis in the chat. Yeah. Take that, rewind it back. Got to give you a quick recap. Now, listen, before I even get into that, I recognize that I didn't say anything about the Super Bowl game. I know. I didn't say anything about the Super Bowl game played in Vegas at, as they said, the Usher concert. The little football game played at the Usher concert, which we all know is the Super Bowl. But ladies and gentlemen, the reason I didn't say anything about it yesterday, simply because I had to collect my thoughts. Why did I have to collect my thoughts? I had to collect my thoughts because I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that I didn't realize that there was a baby dedication going on at the concert when Usher was performing. You didn't see it? You said baby dedication. What are you talking about? You didn't see it, really? What in the world was Jermaine Dupri wearing? What in the world was Jermaine Dupri doing? What in the world? Why was Jermaine Dupri dressed like a toddler? Help me with that. I mean, what was the man thinking? I mean, I get it. I get it. As we get older, all of us are trying to look younger. That's naturally what we do. When we're younger, we want to be older. When we're older, we want to be younger. But here's the thing. There's got to be a disclaimer to that. You got to dress within your age range. Had that man out there looking like he was about to get christened at a Sunday service. Socks and them pants. Call that man Jermaine Dupri. Ain't Jermaine Dupri, Jermaine Dupri. I know one of the 48 laws of power is attract attention at all cost. But I mean, at what cost? Anyway, no cap. Let me get into my recap. As I said before, quantity, yeah, is not quality. That's what we were talking about yesterday. I just had to say that though. I had to get a, I always got to have some type of a gripe. Had to get that off my chest. Back, back, forth and forth. Let's go. Quantity is not quality. As I mentioned, more does not always mean more. Brianna Moore. Sometimes more is less. And sometimes, here it is, sometimes less is more. Quality at the end of the day overrides quantity. As we were talking about, in many cases, the dilemma of dating, I was looking at something even early today on the timeline that a lady is letting her man go because he didn't meet her list of requirements. And everything that was generally on the requirement, 90% of it was monetary based. So in many cases, relationships now seem to be more transactional than they are accountable. Man comes to the table with his money, and you can't expect a sister not to just want your money if all you do at the table is wave your dollar bills. You can't expect her not to pay your bills. Conversely, if all you do as a woman is just come to the table with your body, you know, how you expect a man not to have an appetite if all you bring to the table is meat? Hello, somebody. So the relationship, the connection goes awry and askew. He says she only wanted me for my money. She says he only wanted me for my body. And it's all you brought to the table. Nothing substantive, nothing valuable. Being married won't heal you. Being single won't kill you. Waiting on God is not a waste of time. So we covered the first key yesterday. I wonder, does anybody remember the first key? I'm gonna give y'all an exam right now. Yeah, give y'all an exam. If you remember the first key on yesterday, we mentioned that you're not ready to date until you're fully aware. Both of you are fully aware of, yes, both the benefits, but also the risk or the dangers of dating, so to speak. Right. And here it is. The primary benefit of dating affords you the opportunity to do this. It affords you the opportunity to get to know somebody by first building a friendship. Uh-oh, we don't like that word. Somebody just type friendship. Come on, type friendship in the chat. That's the beauty of dating. The beauty of dating does not first begin by jumping the broom into a relationship. The beauty of dating first begins with friendship, dating for data. I got to get the information and I got to formulate a friendship. The power of friendship helps me to formulate a foundation. I need you to understand this. Healthy relationships should always begin at the spiritual and the intellectual level. We don't like the word friendship. To many of us, friendship is a cuss word. Friendship is a bad word. No, friendship is a good word. Being friend zoned isn't such a bad thing at all. Because here's the thing, a lot of us are so quick to jump into a relationship that we don't formulate friendship to where we're able to see certain flags, whether green or red, in the friendship that either we should accept or ignore. And generally, a lot of times, what we're doing is we're accepting red flags, ignoring green ones. We're running red lights, stopping on green lights. Because we accept the red flags, now we formulate trauma bond connections. Because of that, now we connect to people who aren't necessarily good to us, much less for us. Don't ignore the friendship phase and the friendship stage simply because you're so attracted. Yeah, you can be attracted. Yeah, they can be attractive. But in that friendship phase, in that friendship stage, you might find out that they're not really compatible. Mm? How many times have you been in a relationship? Man, if I would have knew this before I got into a relationship with you, I don't know if I would have been in a relationship with you. Mm? If I would have knew this before I got into a relationship with you, I don't know if I would have been in a relationship with you. But no, you want to be Speedy Gonzalez. You want to treat a relationship like it's a Drake line, 0 to 100 real quick. Mhm. And now you feel bad for even crossing that line. Slow down a little bit. Pump the brakes. Mhm. Allow the relationship to develop. You always ruin what you rush. Yeah. If you rush it, you ruin it. Healthy relationships should begin at the spiritual and the intellectual level. A lot of times we're choosing specifically solely out of preference, not much out of purpose. So here's what we got. We got a preference partner, but not a purpose partner. Versus having a little bit of both. We just totally ignore purpose and we just go straight for preference. I need a purpose partner, not just solely a preference partner, because sometimes your preference is the reason why you're single. Sometimes our preference is the reason why we're stuck where it is that we are. And as a result of just solely focusing on preference, here's what we do. Now we confuse a soulmate with a soul tie. Wrapped up, tied up, tangled up. Calling the soul tie a soulmate. And a lot of times, this is what we're doing. We're praying for the right person to come into our life. And we need to begin to change that prayer. We need to begin to pray to be sent into the right person's life in alignment. Why? Because we understand that we are on assignment. You're not needy, you're needed. Oh, come on, come on. This is your DJ Khaled Major Key Alert moment tonight. DJ Khaled Major Key Alert moment. I got the keys, keys, keys. Second key, second key. Prerequisite for dating readiness, because we're talking about dating tonight. 4 keys to date with direction. If you haven't watched part one, I highly, highly recommend that you go back and watch it. I'm only giving you the quick version. I'm only giving the Cliff's Notes. You'd go back and watch it in its entirety. Second key, you have to have a prerequisite for dating readiness. The prerequisite for dating readiness is really this: I have to have a solid understanding of God's standards for relationships. Much of God's standards for relationships can be classified and even quantified into the whole aspect of boundaries. Yeah. Scripture says even a man without self-control is like a city that is broken down and without walls. I got to have a boundary that does not just protect me from other people. It protects my own interest, right? Scripture mentions this. Guard your heart. Guard your heart because out of it flow the issues of life. Guarding your heart. Do you realize this? That even your heart has a barrier? Well, not let's not even say barrier. Even your heart has a boundary. Your heart is covered by your ribs. And a lot of times, here's the thing. If it's not the right rib, why let them get close to your heart? Let me say that again. Uh-huh. The heart is guarded, the heart is covered by the ribs. You know you got the right rib when you can breathe a lot easier. If it ain't the right rib, why let them get close to your heart? Come on. So here's the question I asked you yesterday. And if you didn't have any boundaries yesterday, I hope you got some by today. If you watched me yesterday, because yesterday I asked you, what are your boundaries? Yeah, I asked you that yesterday. What are your particular boundaries? And here's the thing that we have to realize: boundaries are not a barrier. Boundaries are not a wall. Boundaries are a bridge. If you have boundaries, say, yeah, I got boundaries. What are they? What are those particular boundaries that you do have? Boundaries are particularly a blessing. That's one thing we have to realize. Boundaries are a blessing. What did I talk about when I was mentioning boundaries are a blessing? I was mentioning the fact of, if boundaries are a blessing, and the fact that boundaries are a blessing, it's the fact that I'm not saying I don't love you. I'm saying I love me. And here's the thing: I can't love you until I love me. Are you feeling me? It's not that I don't love you. I love me. I can't love you until I love me. Love your neighbor as yourself. If you don't know what you want, somebody's going to decide what you get. And generally, it's going to be what you don't want. But how do you know what you don't want if you don't know what you do want? Are you confused yet? So is the person who doesn't know what they want. And generally, if you don't know what you want, as I said before, somebody is going to decide what you get. Don't matter if we're at a restaurant. Doesn't matter if you're shopping for a dress. Don't matter if you're shopping for a suit. Doesn't matter if you're trying to get a new vehicle. Doesn't matter if you're trying to decide what house you want to move into. Indecision is a decision. Come on. You got to make a decision, even if we at a restaurant looking at the menu. What do you want? Here's the thing: if you don't choose, people are generally going to make a choice for you. As a result, here's what's going to happen: you're going to end up being the right gift at the wrong address. Can you hear me? Come on, somebody just drop an emoji gift in the chat. Come on, drop an emoji gift in the chat. Refuse to be the right gift at the wrong address. Refuse. Listen, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready to make it do what it do for part two? Let's make it do what it do for part two. Type ready if you're ready. Come on, type ready if you're ready. Let's get into number three, key three. Key three. Key three. Key three is this. And it builds from the previous one that I mentioned about God's standards should build your standards. The standards of loving yourself, the standards of knowing your worth. And here's the thing: when you do, you don't just settle for anything and compromise. Key three: if you want to get to the next level, don't settle. What I mean is this: you may lose out on a date, but here's the thing: you really gained a greater level of love for yourself. All right. You never lose what in many cases was never intended for you in the first place. You never lose out when something better is on the horizon for you. Yeah, you may lose out on a date, but you really gained a greater level of love from within. You never lose what was never meant for you in the first place. And here's the thing: as you live by your values, as you live by your standards, here's what you have to do. You have to find out what someone else's standards are for themselves. You can't be the only one in the relationship with boundaries, right? Because generally, if you are the only person in the relationship with boundaries, yours are going to be encroached upon. Generally, if you're the only person in the relationship with boundaries, that person can easily it won't see any reason to accept them. They're gonna show enough reject them because they can't understand where you're coming from if they don't see themselves in the same place in the same position to where they see themselves at a level of value. They see themselves holding a level of standards. They know their value. They love themselves. They know their worth. And here's the thing: if they expect little of themselves, then they're gonna do little for themselves. They're going to settle for little and less as a result. And hear me, you keep hanging around broke folk, guarantee you're going to be person who's broke. You keep hanging around people who are rich, I guarantee it's going to improve your value and your level of increase in income. You keep hanging around people with no goals, even the goals that you have, you're going to stop going for it. You keep hanging around people who don't appreciate and accept your boundaries and see that it's a privilege for you to be in their life and vice versa. They're going to make you give up on your boundaries as well. Right? And here's the question that we have to ask ourselves: is what I have baggage or garbage? Is what I have baggage or garbage? Here's the thing: we all have baggage. We all have baggage that needs to be unpacked. But are you calling your garbage baggage? Right? Dr. Sigmund Freud said, we are in adulthood what we have experienced in childhood. That's baggage. Right? That's baggage because we all have some wounds that it is that we deal with. Taking out what I have gone through on you, now that's garbage. Playing the blame game, that's garbage. Disrespecting you, that's garbage. Talking negative, mean, nasty to you, that's garbage now. There's some wounds that we always have to work through to turn those wounds into wisdom. But I shouldn't take out my wounds on you simply because you have nothing to do with what I went through. Right? The right person is going to help you to unpack that baggage. The right person will also not tolerate the garbage. Baggage, you unpack it. Garbage, you trash it. And you discard of it. And here's the thing that we have to realize about relationship. Relationship is like boarding an airplane. Too much baggage is going to cost you. Come on, come on. Come on. I'm talking better than you like. And come on, YouTube. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, hit the like button, YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Hit the like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. A relationship is like boarding an airplane. Too much baggage is going to cost you. And generally, the cost is the fact that we crash into our past. It's weighing everything down. We can't even take flight. We can't even go to another level. We can't even soar to another dimension. Speaking of soar, listen, if you're not a part of the Amazing Eagles Academy, come on, let's soar into success. Let's soar into greater purpose. Let me show you how to maximize your mindset. Let me show you how to really strengthen your skill set, sharpen your tool set to become an asset in any environment. Let me give you the ideas. Let me increase your ideas, your impact, and your influence. This is where I coach, is where I teach, is where I train, is where I mentor. Be a part of the Eagles Academy community. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Is thriving. And I guarantee you, just as our community thrives, just as our community is growing exponentially, it's going to cause you to grow as well in your business, in your relationships, in your gifts, in your purpose, in every ancillary area of your life. That's what it's about. That's what it's all about. Go there right now, theeaglesacademy.com. You can register even as I'm talking. As it's so important to recognize that relationships like boarding an airplane, too much baggage is going to cost you. Here's what we have to realize. There is a need to go through the seasons with people. I touched on this a little bit yesterday, but let me say it twice because it's so nice. There's a need to go through the seasons with people. The seasons change. And here's the thing, we change as the seasons change. Only person who's not changing is Jesus. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever. That's what the word says. But last time I checked, I'm not Jesus, and neither are you. As pious and as sanctimonious as you sometimes even want to act, your righteousness is as filthy rags. So here's the thing. We change as the seasons change. You're not the same today that you were at 15. You're not the same today at 55 as you were at 25. You change. And even if it is, your personality is the same. Your looks are not the same. Uh-oh. Woo. Come on. I know you got the Botox. I know you got the lip filler. I know you got the I don't know, the cheekbone lift or whatever the case may be. I know you sitting underneath a suntan, whatever it is. But as you get older, certain things in your body just change. Don't matter how much you go to the gym, too. Attrition takes place. Life will life. So come on, somebody talk. Somebody type that in the chat tonight. Life will life. Come on. Life will life. I don't care if you look like Halle Berry. Halle Berry and Boomerang don't look like Halle Berry and Losing Isaiah. Okay. Well, you just talking about the sisters. Denzel and Glory don't look the same Denzel like he looked in Equalizer. Can I make it equal right now? Somebody said black don't crack. Yeah, unless you use it, black don't crack, but it will swell. All is well. Life will life. Come on. Come on, type that in the chat. Life will life. I know you think the cat's meow and the dog's bow wow, but life will life. Certain things are going to sag, certain things are going to droop, certain things are going to drop, even though you got on drip. Pastor Will, I'm trying to make it real. Trying to keep it real. My brother. I know you can say it better than me, bro. That's why you have to go through the seasons with people. Just as the seasons change, we change. I know it's the winter time. If you live in places like I live, if you live in a place like I live, like Michigan, it'll make you believe that spring was coming. Just as of a couple days ago, now we see that old man winter is still hanging around. In the winter, do they feel like a loser or a winner? Come to spring. Is their attitude springing up? Come to summer. They trying to be a hot boy summer? Trying to have a hot boy summer? Trying to have a hot girl summer? Healed boy summer? Healed girl summer? Which one is it? Fall. Do they fall back? Do you need to fall back? As the seasons change, people change. How do people deal with losing a loved one? How do people deal with a disagreement? How do people deal with loneliness? How do people deal with fatigue and feeling as if where they're at in their life and their job and their purpose, they're having a few hangups and hiccups? How do they handle work-life balance? How do they handle the aspect of being a human being? You're not a human doing, you're a human being. And a lot of times we get so hung up on the representative and we treat it like it's a shiny new toy. Then after the representative fades away, because can't keep up with the representative for the rest of your life, for all of your life. Now you start to see the real person. Can you handle them? Can they handle you? Here it is. Do they have the grace to be in your space? Do you hear can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I know you think I'm attractive, but are you just focused on my profession or are you focused on who I am as a person? That's the question that you have to ask. That's the question that needs to be answered. And the answer will come through their actions. Come on. A lot of times people are hung up on what you do for a profession, but they can't really handle who you are as a person. Spring, summer, winter, fall. Don't ignore it, y'all. Let me say it again. Spring, summer, winter, fall. Don't ignore it, y'all. Go through the seasons with people. And here's the thing, when you go through the seasons with people, you won't keep saying to yourself that I keep giving other people a chance to disappoint me. The sainted sister soldier by the name of Maya Angelou, one of the greatest poets of all time, said these words: when people show you who they are, believe them. The first time, we wait till the 50th time. We wait till the 60th time. We wait till the 100th time. But you never get a second chance to make a first impression. People show you who they are, believe them the first time. Yeah. I'm healed, but I still got a memory. I'm healed, but I don't have amnesia. Here's one thing, because our heart can take us where our mind can't keep us oftentimes. And one thing that we need to understand about the heart is this, as the Bible says in Jeremiah, that the heart is desperately wicked and deceitful. Right? Heart is deceitful, above all things, desperately wicked. Who can know it? Who can know it? I got a heart and I still can't know it. Just because they have a heart doesn't mean they have a heart. Sometimes you don't even know what your heart wants and what it needs. Because here's the thing. Sometimes you can be on such an emotional roller coaster with not just how you're feeling, but even with what you want to eat. 12 p.m. you want a honey bun. 7 p.m. you want salmon. You're all over the place. Ups and downs. If you could put your whole day into an emoji, as a matter of fact, no, you'd need more than just one emoji. If you could use your whole day through with different emojis, you'll see the myriad of different changes that you feel and that you experience. 6 a.m., you feel differently than 1 p.m. 8 p.m., you feel differently than you did at 3 p.m. It is what being a human being is all about. Here's the thing. Emotions aren't bad. Emotions are bad leaders. Well, I just catch flights. I don't catch feelings. You need to catch both. Feelings can cause you to crash too. Come on. You have to delineate, differentiate, distinguish, decipher, have discernment, and in any throw some D's on it. Any other ones? Right? Gotta distinguish between what it is that I'm feeling. I can't just solely focus on my heart. I have to be led by God's spirit that connects to my mind. Because here's the thing, like I said before, sometimes your heart will tell you where your mind can't keep you. And here's the thing, we can be so in love. It's pre-Valentine's Day, right? You definitely gonna want to join me for tomorrow. This is just a crock pot. We heating it up. But here's the thing. Too many times we can be so in love that we lose our mind. Don't be so in love that you lose your mind and your common sense. You brought your heart with you into the relationship. You brought your heart with you into the friendship, but you forgot to bring your mind. Can I talk about it? Can I talk about it at this time? You brought your heart, you brought your love, but you left your mind. Come on. God told you he or she wasn't the one. Their sister told you they weren't the one. Their boyfriend or their girlfriend told you to stay away. Ooh. Matter of fact, their husband or wife told you leave them alone. I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to mess with it. It's too murky. I don't want to mess with it. Matter of fact, he told you, she told you, you don't want to mess with me. But here's the thing, you had to have what you had to have. And now you find yourself suffering in silence, weeping and worrying. Simply because you confused a soulmate with a soul tie. Hmm? That's why you listen, you got to give it to God. Loose me from whatever's got me locked up. I need to know that this is my exodus. Here's the thing. Sometimes the fight that you're in is your future versus your desire. Come here. Come here. Sometimes the fight you're in is your future versus your flesh. Sometimes the fight you're in is your future versus your desire. Your future's calling you into purpose, but your desire will oftentimes keep you in pain. Your future is calling you forward, but oftentimes your desire keeps you stagnant, if not pulling you backward. Here's the thing, because a lot of times if you only go by desire, not specifically focusing on your future, you'll find yourself getting into something in 15 minutes that now messes your life up for the next 15 years. You'll find yourself doing something permanent with a temporary person in a temporary situation that now leaves you with permanent scars. Hmm? If you can just get the victory over your desire, then you understand that, listen, I can aspire higher because now I'm renewing my mind. I'm renewing my heart. I'm not just solely focused on desire. I'm focusing on the discernment. I'm looking at the fruit, and the fruit is an indication of where they are rooted in. And here's what you have to ask yourself. Here's something that you have to ask. Is this person, hear me, it's a question that you need to ask. Is this person a fountain or are they a drain? Is this person a fountain or a drain? Come on, somebody type it. Fountain or drain? Are they an aspirin or a headache? Yeah. Come on, come on. Are they a fountain or a drain? Mm-hmm. That applies to both genders. Is the man a fountain or is he a drain? Is the woman a fountain or is she a drain? Come here. Listen, if you don't have the book, The Relationship Rules, you need to make sure that you go get that. It's on Amazon, book that I wrote. Got 16 books out there. A lot of them are about relationships, about men, masculinity, about femininity. Listen, there's a lot of stuff out there. Go ahead, check it out. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, iTunes, Audible, ebook, audiobook, hard copy. Get a signed copy. EddieConnor.com. What do I mean? Is the person a fountain or a drain? Here's the thing, what I realize about fountains. Fountains replenish you. Drains suck the energy out of you. Drains are like leeches. Hmm? Drains are liabilities. Fountains are assets. Drains keep you bankrupt. Fountains keep you fulfilled. A fountain adds, a drain subtracts. A fountain multiplies, a drain divides. A fountain fills you up. Mac did it again. They gave me the fireworks. See, I realized if I put my thumbs up, I got one of these sensitive type of computers that it'll do fireworks and emojis. I don't know what's going on. I'm still trying to learn this new computer I got. But I'm feeling the 4th of July even in February. Again, a fountain fills you up, a drain uses you up. Woo! Let me say that last one twice because it's oh so nice. A drain fills you up, but a fountain gonna use you up. I got to drink some water off that one. Too many times we have called draining people fountains. Yeah, we're still expecting people who drain us to be a fountain to us. Come on. They've already shown you who they are. But now you're expecting people who don't even have the capacity to give you what you require. And all they do is use you up. All they do is drain you. All they do is leech off of you. All they do is make you feel worse and not better. I need a fountain, not a drain. Can I move on to key number 4? There's more in store with key number 4. Key number 4. Dating principle. This dating principle arises and connects to the previous principle 3, and I believe is the most important one, if not one of the most important ones. If you're ready for number 4, just type 4 in the chat. Just type 4. Type 4. Talking about keys to date with direction. Keys to date with direction. I got to have the right keys to unlock the right opportunity. And I also have to have the right keys to lock what I don't even need to open. Sometimes you got to lock it up and throw away the key. I got more. Let me give you number 4. Listen clearly. You are ready to date. Hear me. When you don't need to. Number 4. Talking about keys to date with direction. You're ready to date when you don't need to. You're ready for a relationship. Hear me. When you don't need it. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? You're ready to date when you don't need to date. Ready to be in a relationship when you don't need to be. I'm so glad you asked. Let me break it down one time. Ready for a relationship when you don't need it. If you're trying to validate yourself, if you're trying to fill a void, and generally we're trying to fill a void, here it is, because we've been drained. If you're trying to validate yourself, if you're trying to fill a void, then here's what I need you to do. Have several seats. As you have several seats, this is what you need to do. Start working on yourself. What did I tell you before? When God isn't working on things for you, he's working on you for what he's prepared for you. He's not preparing it, it's already prepared. He's preparing you for what he has prepared for you. Do you hear what I'm trying to tell you? Sit down, have several seats. You too thirsty. And generally, when you're thirsty, you end up parched, if not dehydrated. Because this is what you're going to do. You're going to always, whenever you're thirsty, whenever you're parched, whenever you so on edge for it, you're always going to run to a drain and not a fountain. You're going to call a drain a fountain. Do you hear? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth tonight? Hmm? You're going to be the right gift at the wrong address. You're going to be choosing a sister out of 36, 24, 36 measurements, curves like the letter S, but you find out the sister was a snake. You're going to be choosing a brother just simply because he's 6 feet, 6 figures, got a six pack, but you find out all those sixes just leave you with a devil. You're choosing a drain, but not a fountain. No wonder you can't maintain. No wonder you can't sustain, because you confuse a fountain with a drain. Now you're drained. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? And it's only the Lord's living water that can help you sustain. Come on. Have several seats. Somebody just type that. Somebody just type have several seats. Somebody just type take a seat. Come on, take a seat. Have several seats. Take a load off. You're tired. You've perspired enough. Now it's time to get inspired. Come on, take a seat. Sit this one out. You don't have to settle for just anybody just to say you have a Valentine. Sit this one out. Pour into yourself. Can we say this holiday season? It's only one day. Pour into yourself a Valentine's Day. Take yourself out. Get yourself some roses. And be as excited as if somebody did it for you. Come on. You don't have to settle for just somebody. You don't have to just settle for just anybody just to say you have somebody for the sake of saying that you have somebody. Come on. Have several seats. Work on yourself. Becoming the right one for the right one first begins with you being right for you. You can't be right for me if you're not right for you. You can't be right for them if you're not right for you. I can't be right for you if I'm not right for me too. Ooh, that's good. If you're thirsty, if you're begging, if you're starving, if you're looking for love in all the wrong places, go sit down somewhere. Spend a little time with you. Work on your emotional intelligence. Become even more self aware. I know your IQ is great, but what about your EQ? What about your emotional intelligence? What about your relational intelligence? It's needed, it's necessary. Relationships are not like being at a playground, you just on a monkey bar swinging from person to person. It's not like you're in the NBA and all you do is just, you're like a center. You're like a big. They don't even call them centers no more. Now they just call bigs. You just rebound all day. Take a break. Go sit on the bench. You look a little tired. Just go, just chill on the bench for a minute. We're gonna sub you out. It's okay. Yeah. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Doesn't mean you are wrong. Just means it's about to be even more right. Hmm? When you don't need a relationship, that's when you're most ready for one. Hear me. If you feel that you need a date, if you feel that you need to date in order to be complete, or in order to feel fulfilled interpersonally, then you're not ready for dating, much less a relationship. If I need it, I don't need to have it, because the needing moving me into thirsting. The needing is moving me into starving. The needing is a cause for course correcting. If you need somebody to make you feel like somebody, if you need somebody to make you feel fulfilled holistically, then you're not fulfilled internally. So what do I mean? Let's break this word need down. Can we just break this word need down? What do I mean by need? Here it is. The word need involves demand. Here's one thing that you need to understand. The word need underscores a demand, an appetite, a hunger, which can oftentimes lead to desperation. Do you know the worst time to go grocery shopping? Good night, everybody. It's been is I appreciate you for coming to my TED Talk. Matter of fact, my Ed Talk. Thank you for coming out tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate you. The worst time to go grocery shopping is when you're hungry. What it Snickers, I need a paid promotion. I need Snickers to be I need Snickers. Come on. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Come on, I need an advertisement. Come on. Get out of the aisles. I've been there. How many times have you ever shopped for groceries when you were hungry? Me? Let me testify. I will not plead the fifth on this one. Come on. If that's you who shopped for groceries when you were hungry, type me. Type me. Too many of us, we're shopping for a relationship as we're hungry. Come on. I don't know if y'all got Publix. We got Kroger. And generally, I know I need to be when I'm hungry. I know I need to be on the outer aisles. Too many of us, we shopping on the inner aisles. We shop in the middle aisles. The middle aisles have the processed foods. The outer aisles have the produce. Could it possibly be that we can't produce? Woo, Lord have mercy. Simply because we're shopping when we're hungry? I'm not shopping for produce. I'm shopping for sweets and salty foods. And generally, what's salty and sweet becomes bitter in my life. I can't produce because I'm not in a place where I need to produce. I'm only focused on my appetite. I'm only focused on my hunger. I'm only focused on satiating myself. I know me. I'm shopping for popcorn. I'm shopping for paydays. I'm shopping for barbecue chips. And you know chips hit your hips. Can't spell chips without hips. Hmm? Yeah. I'm shopping for pop. As y'all say soda, my bad. Mm-hmm. I'm shopping for all the things I don't need because I'm going off of greed. I get all the things I don't need. And here's the thing, I don't wait till I get home. I'm eating it in the car. Why? Because I'm so hungry, because I'm so thirsty, because I'm shopping for what I can't really even afford. I'm not talking about financially, I'm talking about emotionally, I'm talking about physically. Doing more damage to my body long term over time because I'm not making the right choices because I'm only focused on my appetite. And here's the thing, too many of us, it's like we're in the grocery store shopping for a relationship because we're hungry, because we're thirsty, because we're starving. And you don't think people can't smell desperation from a mile away? Let me talk to you today. Come on. Come on. The need for satisfying the appetite, here it is due to us lacking something internally. So, because we're lacking something internally, now we're trying to substitute something for it. I know I need strawberries, but I'll settle for Skittles. I know I should only be eating blueberries, but I'll settle for a Butterfinger. I know I need salmon, but I'll settle for a Snickers. Why? Because I'm not myself when I'm hungry. Don't make the right choices. You don't want to substitute a soul tie for a soulmate. Who am I talking to tonight? This is for somebody, and I hope it's you. Hmm? Here's the thing, you never want to be in need of somebody. Why? Because when you're in need of somebody, you'll settle for just anybody. Too many times we know about needing. Too many times we convey the fact that we're needy. But how many of us put ourselves in a position to be needed? Do you hear me? I know how to need. I know how to be needy because I'm shopping for a relationship when I'm hungry. But here's the thing, how many of us know how to be needed? I'm not just praying for God to send somebody into my life. I'm praying for God to put me on assignment and send me into somebody's life. Why? Because I'm in a divine alignment with my divine assignment. I am a purpose partner. I know you're moving by yourself, but you're gonna show enough be a force when we together because I'm improving and I'm making you better. There is a difference. Let me take it further. Why? Because right now we too lit to quit. Let me take it further. Let me go deeper so we can go higher. There is a difference between trying to be chosen versus being in the position to choose. Did you hear what I said? There's a difference between trying to be chosen versus being in the position to choose. Well, he that findeth a wife finds a good thing, obtain favor of the Lord. He got to choose me. A man can say, I want to choose you. Yeah, you're my choice. But eventually you got to make the choice too. Choosing isn't just a one-way street. I got to choose back. Do you know why marriages continue to sustain and have longevity? Is this talk to a couple who's been married 40 plus years. They said one is that we established a friendship first. They said because we established a friendship first, it's easier for me to forgive my friend. Why? Because we have a solid rapport with one another. Secondly, they said we both, I didn't say one, we both choose each other each and every single day. He can't just choose and she not choose. She can't just choose and he not choose. Both of them have to choose each other each and every single day. Difference between trying to be chosen versus being in a position to choose. And here's the thing, the opposite of need is choice. Speak, Eddie. Preach, Eddie. Tell it, Dr. Eddie. Even if they not ready. The opposite of need is choice. That's why I said you're ready for a relationship when you don't need it. When you can choose to have it or leave it. The opposite of need is choice, and choice allows you, hear me, choice allows you to make a decision. Somebody type make a decision. Make a decision. Choose ye this day. Come on. Come on. Somebody type make a decision. Indecision is a decision. And here's the thing. A lot of times when you're just needy, somebody's making a choice for you. Do you see how that happens? I ain't capping. Do you see how that happens? Opposite of need is choice. Choice allows you to make a decision. And here's the thing. You are a benefit, but not a necessity. Yeah. I choose you because I recognize your benefit, but really you're not a necessity. You said you can do bad all by yourself. No, I can do good all by myself. It's not good for man to be alone. Don't mean it's bad. Good just means you have an advantage when you're with somebody who is a helpmate, who is a purpose partner. Being by yourself is not a scar. Being by yourself is not suffering in silence. Being by yourself is not a curse. Being by yourself doesn't mean you just surviving. You can still thrive. Right? You're a benefit, but not a necessity. I'm choosing to be with you totally and completely. Hear me. Never go into a relationship to feel complete. Watch that movie, Jerry Maguire. There's a line at the end. Tom Cruise is dating a particular lady friend. Sparks are flying. Head over heels. Cupid shot each of them with an arrow. Love is in the air. It is the fragrance of the day. She says to Tom Cruise, aka Jerry Maguire, who's playing the role of a sports agent, she says to him, "You complete me." Ah, any woman will clutch her pearls. Any man will feel, wow, she spoke to my heart. Sounds good. But here's the flip side. Telling somebody that you complete them is actually the wrong narrative. Nobody's going to complete you. Only God does that. They can't complete you, but here's what they can do. They can compliment you. And I'm not talking about compliment as, man, that's a bad suit. Sis, those some bad heels. That dress is painted on you. It's you're wearing it like a glove. Hair is whipped, dipped, fried, dyed, laid to the side. Hair done, nail done, everything did. Oh, you fancy, huh? You don't look empty wearing Fenty. There's a new one for you. Hmm? I can see your halo, halo. That's a compliment. Compliment. But here's a different version. Compliment. Complement. You didn't realize you was going to English class tonight. Compliment means you're a suitable fit. You're a helpmate. You're a purpose partner. I don't need you to complete me. God and I will get the job done. But I need you to compliment me. I need you to be a suitable fit for me. Why? Because I recognize that being single doesn't mean it's a curse. Single means one. One is a whole number. You don't need Beyonce to tell you that you're one of one. You're the only one. You're often imitated, never duplicated. Nobody can beat you being you. One is a whole number. One of one. In the singleness is where you should be pursuing completeness. In the singleness is where you should be pursuing wholeness. In God, not from somebody else. See, a lot of times when we're not complete, when we're not whole, here's what we do. We look for people to fill the hole. Do you hear what I'm saying tonight? When we're not complete, when we're not settled, when we're not whole, we look for people to fill the hole. And a lot of times, here's what we want to rush through everything because you got so many people who are trying to pressure you when it's Thanksgiving time. When you gonna bring me some grandkids? When you gonna bring somebody around this table? I'm tired of you coming up and showing up at Thanksgiving by yourself. Society, oftentimes, here it is, pressures women. You know that biological clock is ticking. You better get you a man, girl. You done hit 35 and you passed what they call is quote unquote your prime and this, that, and the other. They're pushing you, they're pressing you to make a quick decision in a temporary situation to where now you feel your value is only connected to being with somebody, not in being somebody. Hear me. Your value is not in being with somebody. Your value is in understanding that you are somebody. And so this is what we do. We use connotations and we use words such as when you gonna settle down. Settle? Literally. Yeah, when you gonna settle down? No, no, no. Why don't you ask me when am I gonna level up with somebody? I'm already leveling up in my life. Why do I have to settle to take it to another level? Hmm? We use certain terms such as fall in love. I don't like that terminology. Fall in love sound like it's a trap. Why can't I stand in love with the right somebody? Too many times we have fallen in love, and here it is as a result. Because our heart has been broken, we can't even get up. Because we have failed in love, we can't even stand up. At least if I took a stand in love and it didn't work out, I still can walk by faith and move my feet to the next dimension and the next level. You ain't got to settle. You ain't got to fall. You can stand tall. You can rise after you fall. Completeness and wholeness should be in your singleness, not from somebody else, but from God and from within. Hmm? That's what it should derive from. That's what it should come from. I'm not looking for you to make me whole, because you can't make me whole. All I would be looking for you to do is to fill the void, is to fill the hole that only God can can fulfill. And oftentimes we have to realize this: no human is ever going to make you feel whole. No human is going to ever make you feel complete. They can add to your completeness, they can add to your happiness, but they are not the source of your happiness. They can be a resource, but they are not the total sum and the total source. What they can do, they can't complete, but they can complement. They can add to the value that you have. And here's the problem. The problem is we have made people our source. Come on, somebody share this tonight. Somebody share this tonight. This is too good for you to keep to yourself. Come on, don't be selfish tonight. Be selfless. Don't be selfish. Be selfless. Come on, be selfless. How do I want you to be selfless? I want you to be selfless by sharing with somebody. Come on, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. Don't stop. Come on, share this with somebody. YouTube, let's make it do what it do. Come on, like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on, this is a conversation tonight. Come on, like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on, let's do it. Those of you watching me on the YouTube side, especially, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm lifting you to another level tonight. Tonight, we are taking flight. Hmm? You says a whole bunch of pee in the dating pool. I'm putting chlorine back into it. Yeah. I'm putting character back into it, putting commitment back into it, putting competency back into it, putting people who compliment back into it. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Cleaning it out. So fresh and so clean. Come on, like, comment, share, subscribe. Listen, the value that I'm giving you right here on YouTube and all these other ancillary avenues, digital airwaves, it doesn't compare to what you're getting in the Eagles Academy. Join the Eagles Academy. Come on, go to theeaglesacademy.com. It's where I coach, it's where I teach, it's where I train, it's where I mentor, it's where I sharpen your mindset, your skill set, your tool set, so that you can be an asset in any environment, in your business, in your relationships, in your gift, in your calling, in your purpose. Not just information, but transformation. And I help you bridge the gap between information and transformation through application. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Go to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button, and become a member. Yeah. While I'm talking, become a member right now. Become a member right now. The problem that we have is that here it is. We have made people our source when in actuality, people can only be a resource. Do you like me? Do you value me? Do you see any value in me? You didn't compliment me, right? And when all those things don't transpire, now we perspire. You losing your head. You losing your balance because somebody upset the equilibrium of your emotions. Hmm? You can't put your happiness in the hands of others to control it or manipulate it. Stop putting your happiness in the hands of people to gaslight it. Stop putting your happiness in the hands of people to manipulate your emotions. Here's what we do. As a result, we express that bad relationships have lowered our self-esteem. Do you hear me? Come on, come on. Let me get all up in this camera because I don't understand. I don't think y'all understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth. Yeah. Listen, if you're not on the YouTube side, come on, join us, join us, join us, join us. Do you hear what I just said? Because we have been gaslit, because we have allowed our emotions to be controlled. Here's what we do. We now express that bad relationships have lowered our self-esteem. Come on, come on. Am I talking to somebody tonight? Rachel, am I talking to somebody? Come on. Am I making it do what it do? Kenya and Brianna and Deborah and Ruby. Am I talking to somebody tonight? I'm wondering, as you said, the relationship lowered your self-esteem. How did it lower your self-esteem when the word begins with self? Shanette, are you ready yet? Hmm? How are they lowering your self-esteem when the word begins with self? Hear me. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. Nobody can. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. You say it's not them. Here it is. It's not them. It is you who has to raise the standard of your own self-esteem. Come on. It's you. You got to raise your own standard of your own self-esteem. Tanya, you with me? I'm trying to make it happen. Rachel Shanae, I didn't even know who that was initially. I guess it's Rachel G. I think that you just done changed your name. You said, I'm changing my name in advance because I know my last name is getting ready to be changed. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission, right? It's not them. It's you that has to raise the standard for yourself, for your self-esteem. A holiday doesn't dictate your self-esteem. Having a ring or not doesn't dictate your self-esteem. Being married or single should not dictate your self-esteem. Come on. Stop placing your value in the hands of people who may not recognize your value and now devalue you. Come on. And here's the thing about relationships. Here's the thing about relationships. Like I said, you know you're ready for a relationship when it's not a need, but it's a choice. You're ready for a relationship when, here it is, you don't need it. When you need it, here's what you do. It's like you shopping at a grocery store when you're hungry. When you need it, you now enter the relationship from a deficit. You're going into the relationship because your self-esteem feels low and you want somebody else to pick your self-esteem up. I've fallen and I can't get up. Yes, you can. You better stand. Having done all to stand, you better stand. After you've done all you can, you just stand. Here's the thing, too many people are entering relationships from a deficit. You don't come to serve, you come to get your void filled. Remember, I told you, relationships about the service business. You got to be a waiter or a waitress. If not, the business of relationships is going to go out of business. Come on, you got to get up. Bruh, wipe your frown, wear your crown. Sis, wipe your crown, wear your frown. Your crown is slipping. Hold it together. Pick it back up. Don't enter relationship from a deficit. Too many people are entering relationships from a deficit. They're entering relationships from feeling incomplete. They're entering relationships from a level of inadequacy, from a level of inconsistency, from a level of personal deficiency. Why? Because they keep internalizing the words that they heard from the last relationship. They keep replaying the negative narrative of narcissism. They keep being on E because they were gaslit. You on full, but somebody made you feel like you were on empty. So now here it is. Because they made you feel like you were empty, you now carry that emptiness to someone else. Rather than here it is, I got to have several seats. I need to take a chill pill. I need to sit this one out. Let me go over to the bench because I need the coach to talk to me. I need my heavenly coach to encourage me. I need my heavenly coach to remind me that all things are possible, that I'm not just a conqueror, but I'm more than conqueror. You can't make me whole. I can only look for you to feel the whole. And as a result, here it is. Because I'm looking for you to feel a whole, because I'm looking for other people to feel a whole, this is what I do. I'm like a person on the road driving, and this is what I do. I keep hitting potholes. What am I doing? I'm hitting emotional potholes. I'm on an emotional roller coaster. I'm literally at Six Flags. I know we in the mix of six, but I'm at Six Flags. I'm at the Universe Soul Circus. I'm at Barnum and Bailey. I'm jumping through hoops. I'm trying to leap over walls. I'm at Cedar Point. And I never define what the point is. Right? Due to the insecurity, due to the inadequacy, due to the insufficiency, due to the personal deficiency, we keep moving from person to person rather than to our purpose. We get a preference partner, but we never find a purpose partner because we never first partnered with our purpose. And here's the thing. People who are like that, who are just looking for somebody to fill the void, to give them their self-esteem boost back, to give them, here it is, their little vaccine of self-esteem. Did you hear what I said? I need a self-esteem booster, a vaccine of self-esteem. Do you hear me? I don't know who praying for me tonight, but I'm feeling my energy back. I'm getting a heavenly download. Yeah, a vaccine of self-esteem. I need you to give me a booster shot. I need an inspiring immunization. Right? Because people like that, they really don't want somebody to be their purpose partner. They don't want somebody to be their purpose partner. They want a preference partner. Why? Because they understand that a purpose partner takes work. This is what they want. They want somebody to coddle their complexities and satisfy their deficiencies. Ruby, am I dropping some rubies tonight? I'm trying to. Here's what they want. I'm already not whole. I need you to fill the hole. I'm choosing out a need. So I want you to coddle my complexities. I want you to ignore even sometimes my ignorance and my efficiencies, and I want you to satisfy my deficiencies. Because here it is: if I get enough compliments, it'll anesthetize me so I don't work on my purpose. Good night, everybody, for the second time. I am like what do the Baptist preachers do? They give you at least 3 goodbyes. This is my second one. Have I told you touch your neighbor? I don't even know where the balloons are coming from. I don't know where the fireworks are coming from tonight. Maybe Mac is getting the message. I don't know what's going on. I'm not pressing any buttons. It's a hands-free night. Nobody's pressing no buttons over here. And don't let nobody press your buttons either. You ain't the elevator. You're not push the start button. Stop allowing people to dictate how high or low you go. If you get enough compliments, here it is. A lot of times, somebody said it's a celebration of truth. You ain't gonna pop my balloons. It ain't even my birthday and I'm getting balloons. Here it is. Oftentimes, because if we get too many compliments, this is what it will do. It will become an anesthesia. It will become an anesthetic to us. It'll become laughing gas. It'll anesthetize us so much to where here it is. Now we become numb to red flags. Now here it is. We don't even want to get to the point of our purpose. We won't even address the pain points because we don't feel it no more, because we high as a Georgia pine off of compliments. I didn't intend to work this hard. I know I got a glass of water, but I'm gonna have to start bringing a towel now. It's cool. I got my glass cleaner. Let me dab myself a little bit. Let me dab myself. No, it ain't a MAC makeup brush. It's it's my glass cleaner. Listen, because here it is. If you keep attracting not what you want, you don't attract what you want. You attract who you are. Because of the insufficiencies, because of the insecurities, because you only want people to coddle your complexities. And you get anesthetized to compliments. Because of that, you keep attracting not what you want, but you attract who you are. You attract the red flags. You attract not green flags. You attract your pain, but never your purpose. Let me usher you into this one. Have you discovered, because these are my confessions, have you discovered how to be alone and actually enjoy your own company? You mean people can't stand to be by themselves? A lot of us can't stand to be by ourselves. Some people can't stand their own company. So here it is. They always want to be in a crowded room, but they never feel as if they fit in. They always feel alone. You can be in a crowded room and still feel alone. You can go out for dinner, have a wonderful meal. Your belly is full, but your mind is empty. Do you understand this? Do you when I'm talking about being alone but not lonely, do you know that calls to hotlines for stress for pressure, for personal discontent have risen by, here it is, not 10%, not 20%, not 50% since the pandemic, not even 100% since the pandemic, not 200%, not 250%. Calls to hotlines for stress, for pressure, for personal discontent have risen by, here it is, 300% since the pandemic, post pandemic. Phone ringing all day, but nobody ever spoke to your pain. Giving everybody words of encouragement, but nobody encouraged you. Think about this. Jesus fed the 5,000. Jesus fed the 4,000. Jesus fed the 3,000. But has there ever been anything in the text to where the people who he healed or the people who desired healing asked Jesus, Savior, Master, how you doing today? Savior, Master, Lord, Son of David, I want you to have mercy on me. But before you have mercy on me, I want to know, did anybody show you any mercy today? Folks will flock to you for a word. Folks will flock to you for a prophecy. Folks will flock to you for some healing. But when it's time for a crucifixion, you hanging by yourself. Matter of fact, we'll betray you before that. Those who shout hallelujah, Hosanna rather, will say crucify him. Folks who will make a God out of you one day will make a devil out of you the next day. Folks who put a halo on you will only talk about your horns at the end of the day. We'll watch you die, but we ain't gonna stop you from going there. Person who I'm sent to help is now trying to hurt me. Come on, have you ever been there? Make it make sense. Where they do that at? Come on, I turned the stumbling block into a stepping stone. I gave you strategies to turn the stumbling block into a stepping stone, and now you're using them same stones you stepped on to throw them at me? Discontent risen by over 300%. Why? Because people can't stand to be even alone, much less home alone. Where's Macaulay Culkin right now? Because I'm putting my hands on my face and I'm screaming, but nobody hears me because I'm screaming silently. Leading while lonely, leading while bleeding, helping other folks while you're hemorrhaging. Dealing with mental fatigue because you wear S on your chest. But they think it just stands for Superman. They think it just stands for Superwoman. Sometimes they think it just stands for being saved and sanctified and satisfied. But here it is. Sometimes the S on your chest stands for the scars that you experience, stands for the fact that you're sensitive. Sometimes the S on your chest stands for the fact that you're suffering in silence, that you're sad, and you just wish that somebody would speak to the pain. People dealing with mental fatigue. People leaping while they're crippled. Personal pain, oftentimes, that cripples our motivational mobility. And as a result, oftentimes people can't stand their own company. It's hard to be yourself when you don't like yourself. I'm It's hard to be yourself when when you don't like yourself. Can I talk about it? I'm really trying to find an exit out of here tonight. I'm really trying to find an exit out of here. I know I'm coming back tomorrow. So I feel like I just want to save the rest for tomorrow. It's hard to be yourself when you don't like yourself. There have been times in my life. I remember growing up, I didn't always like myself. I didn't always like the skin that I was in. I saw how I was treated differently even as a little kid simply because of my complexion. I saw how I was treated differently, even differently than family members by people on the outside due to my complexion. The insecurities about my complexion created even a disconnection with how I felt about me. Hmm? So I didn't always see myself the way that everybody saw me because of, here it is, a personal insecurity. Yeah. Y'all don't like me to say this word. Y'all don't like me to talk about this person. Kanye. What do you say? We talking about his old throwback, the old Kanye. I miss the old Kanye. Shout out to the old Kanye. I missed that one. He said, "We all insecure. I'm just the first to admit it. Very few people want to admit their insecurities." And now here it is as a result. Now we portray those same insecurities onto other people. Hear me clearly. You're ready to date. You're ready to be in a relationship when you have success in your singleness, when you take the time to heal those insecurities that you have, because the insecurity becomes intimidation. And whoever you intimidate will eventually be who you eliminate. You can be eliminated from a good connection because of the insecurity that clouds your identity. You ready to date, ready to be in a relationship when you have success in your singleness. Hmm? Right? I had to get over the insecurity of seeing my skin as a sin, despite how America sees it. I had to see this, yo, black don't crack, brown won't let you down, beige don't age, tan got a plan, lighter do you right. I don't know what color you fit into, but you gotta love the skin that you're in, right? I can never have success in my singleness until I do the work interpersonally. Gotta heal interpersonally, gotta transform the traumas, gotta identify my identity, gotta identify how I can add to somebody else's life, not just how they can add to mine. That's why it was easier for that lady to let that guy go off of her timeline because she only had requirements that were connected to transactions. She only wanted an attachment. She didn't want an assignment. Hmm? Can you add to somebody's life? Can you solidify even your connection with God before you even step into a relationship with somebody else? Other than you being cute, I know you that. Other than you being handsome, I know you think you that. Other than you being charming and having a cool car and a career and smelling good and dressing sharp, why, here it is, why should someone be with you? Ooh, you don't like that question. Yeah, you're cute, you're handsome, you got a cool car. Mm-hmm. Got a career, smelling good. Got such a cool car that when the heat is on blast and your phone rings because it's on Bluetooth, the heat goes down and the call goes up. Cool car. I get it. Career. Cool. But out of all that, why should someone be with you? Everything that I mentioned was about what you have on the outside. Everything I mentioned was about the material self. But what about the immaterial self? What about what's inside? Tonight I was talking about going to Kroger, shopping when you're hungry. One of them days when I was shopping when I was hungry, a boy dropped some cans on the floor. I don't know if it was tuna cans or whatnot. I don't know if it's cans of peaches. I don't know. I don't know if it's fruit cocktail in the can. But he dropped the cans. The cans were so loud. Startled everybody. Made me turn around. I'm in the checkout aisle. Mother looks down at her son. Son looks up at his mom sheepishly. She's looking down. You embarrassing me in this grocery store. Kind of irritated. He looks back up at her and he says, out of the mouths of babes, it's what's inside that counts. It may not mean nothing to you. It means everything to me. When you've been dropped in relationships, when you've been dropped in connections, when in many cases people have dropped you, the people who you thought would heal you and help you wound up hurting you and harming you. You thought it would damage and diminish you. But here's what you got to realize. Despite the scars, despite the hurt, despite the pain that, yes, you experience on the outside, and even that may hurt your heart on the inside, you got to realize this, that it is what's inside that counts. Your heart is what counts. Your mind is what counts. Your soul is what counts. Your spirit is what counts. It's not your car. It's not your career. It's not your clothes. It's not your shoes. It's not your edges. It's the fact that you were at the edge and God pulled you back into your purpose. Come on now. I don't want you to be upset. I don't want you to think the question is dismissive. The question is transformative. Why should someone be with you? Why? Because many times we believe that just because we're at a certain age, we believe that being a certain age, we believe that the looks that we have, we believe that the status that we have created, we believe because of our clout, because you can walk up into any restaurant and everybody gonna know you. Because when you in the hood, everybody gonna tell you doing good. When you in your hood, we believe all these things that we have is a qualifier for dating and relationships. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to make it do what it do. We've made these particular parts the sum and the whole, when in actuality, here it is, it lacks substance. We made these particular parts, the car, the career, the clothes. I just want the money in the cars in the clothes, I suppose. I just want to be successful, right? We made it all about that. We talked about those particular parts as the sum and the whole, when in many cases, all it does is it leaves gaping holes. I'm grasping for the wind and I never grab anything. All those gaping holes hinder us. Don't prosper us. It makes us look prosperous, but it doesn't prosper us in the reality, in the complexity, and even the calling when it connects to our relationships. Here it is. Dating, I need you to get this. Dating should be a matter not of chance, but of choice. Dating should be a matter of choice and not of chance. Come on, somebody just type choice tonight. Come on, type choice. I promise I'm coming around the mountain. Here I come. Should be a matter of choice, not necessity. Should be a matter of choice, hear me, not societal pressure. It should be a matter of choice, not because your biological clock is ticking. It should be a matter of choice, not because all your homeboys got married. It should be a matter of choice, not because all your girlfriends are now trying to pressure you, because everybody on your timeline is putting a reel about how real their marriage is by showing their ring. Should be a matter of choice, not because of competition. Woo! Hello? Is this thing on? How my levels? Turn me up. It should be a matter of choice, not family pressure. Hear me. Just because you're single doesn't mean you're scarred. Just because you're single doesn't mean you're scared. Just because you're single doesn't mean you're slighted. Here's what you should be. You got to be satisfied. You got to be successful. Here's one. You got to be selective. There we go with choice. You know how you're selective? You're selective when you got boundaries. You're selective when you have a standard. Why? Because I recognize they are a benefit, but not a necessity. Why is that? Because you've discovered the ability to be happy without latching on to anybody. Did you hear what I just said? Greatest ability is availability. Are you available to yourself? Are you available by being self aware? Why? Because you've discovered the ability to be happy without having to latch and hold on to anybody. You're not my source for happiness. You can be a resource. And by being a resource, you add to the happiness I already have. If you're here, I'm happy. If you're not here, I'm happy. If you're here, fine. If you're not here, that's fine too. Why? Because I fine tuned who it is that I am. The ability to be happy, the ability to experience joy, the ability to be whole, the ability to be totally and complete internally. Here's why. Why do I stress this so much? I'm stressing this simply because we have substituted we have substituted substance for style. We stumble over style and skip over substance. And here's the thing, as a result of it, we have a difficult time distinguishing between a soulmate and a soul tie. Oh, style tripped you up. Swag tripped you up. A little Pac in Proverbs tripped you up. Hello, I'm talking to somebody right now. Mhm. Yeah. Right. So many times we stigmatize singleness with a curse of sadness, as if something is wrong with us. And here's one thing you got to realize. You got to realize you're not single because something is wrong with you. Phew. You You're not single. Let me say it twice because it's also nice. You need to realize this. You're not single because something is wrong with you. In actuality, you're single because something is right with you. What do I mean by that? Everybody doesn't have the grace to be in your place. Everybody doesn't have the grace to be connected to your space. Everyone can't handle the purpose, the power, the promise, the prophetic word that has been spoken over your life. Everybody doesn't have the grace for your greatness. Do you hear me? And here's what you have to do. You have to get to a place. I need you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Can we get to the place before I even get to my next before I get into what I want to say? Before I want to get into you have to get to the place. Can we get to the place of like, comment, share, and subscribe? Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Let's make it do what it do. YouTube, come on. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on. Let me know who I'm talking to. Am I talking to anybody tonight? Come on, Facebook. Come on, we face to face. We FaceTiming right now. Come on, like, comment, share, subscribe. Come on, TikTok. Come on, LinkedIn. Let's get locked in. Come on, Twitter. Come on, X is whatever you call it. Let's make it an X factor. Come on, Instagram. Come on, IG. We got to get to the place that we like, comment, share, and subscribe. You have to get to the place to say, here it is. If God isn't in it, then I don't want it. You have to get to the place. Listen, I know they're fine, but divine discernment told me they're not mine. Got to get to the place to where you say, if God isn't in it, I don't want it. If God ain't in it, I don't want to be either. Hmm? Why? Because my price is way too high and I refuse to let you cut it. Come on, here's what you got to realize. Here's what you got to realize. And I hope I'm giving it to you tonight. Somebody just put the keys emoji tonight. Come on, somebody just drop some keys tonight. Drop 4 keys. I'm giving, I still, I'm there. I've been giving you 4 keys tonight. I've given you more, multiplicity of more than just 4 keys. But for the sake of calling it what it is, 4 keys. Come on, I got the keys, 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 keys. Just because you're unmarried doesn't mean you're unhappy. You're unmarried, but it doesn't mean you're underdeveloped. You're unmarried, but it doesn't mean that you have time for unnecessary drama. I ain't got time for it. Drama's not in my emotional budget. I'm trying to balance the books. What do I have to remove out of my budget? Hmm? You're unmarried, but you refuse to be undermined. You're unmarried, but hear me. You have to understand the anointing on your life. You need to have somebody who understands the anointing on your life. Hear me. Waiting on God is not a delay. What does it do? It creates a divine destiny moment. And I need you to understand this. Just because you can have anybody, I know you're bad. I know you to catch me out. I know you the dogs bow wow. I know you can have, I know you pray and you slay. Just because you can have anybody doesn't mean you should be with just anybody for the sake of having somebody. Hear me, because if anybody can have you, I don't want you. Come on. If anybody can have them, in actuality, you don't want them. Where's your privacy? Where's your exclusivity? Because God wants you to have a purpose partner who's the right somebody. And hear me, waiting for what you want is better than settling for what you don't want. Because waiting for what you want will cause you to level up. Come on, are you hearing me, YouTube? Are you hearing me? Waiting for what you want will cause you to level up versus having to cower to societal's stigma of what it is to settle down. I've graduated to another degree, graduated to another dimension. I've graduated to a new level of discernment. And as a result of it, I'm not settling down, I'm leveling up. Hmm? It's not worth it to try to twist somebody's arms to make them feel like you're worth it. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? You over there jumping rope and pulling rope, trying to drag somebody with you. You trying to twist somebody's arms to make them realize that you're worth it. And here it is at the end of the day, it's never worth it. Your time of singleness should be a place of preparedness. Your time of singleness should be a place of developing greater success. How do I do that? Interpersonally, through maturity, through purposeful living, through forgiving myself, for forgiving other people, for developing my emotional intelligence, my relational intelligence, taking the time for personal development, being in places such as the Eagles Academy. Listen, I got to say it. Talk about personal development on a high level, not just information, but application and transformation. I want you to go right now. Go to the eaglesacademy.com. Developing your mindset, sharpening your skill set, building your tool set, being an asset in any environment, particularly your relationships, your business, on and on and on. The list goes on. Go right now to the eaglesacademy.com. Tap the join now button when you're there. Become a member. Yeah, become a member. Time of singleness should be a place of preparedness, should be a place of maturity, should be a place of personal unity, should be a place of purposeful living and wholeness, not chaos, not confusion, not stress, but it is you being at your best. It is you soaring to another dimension. It is you taking flight with your focus and in your purpose. Why? Because you're becoming the best for you. You're becoming the right one for the right one, and the right one is yourself. And when you're at your best, the right one will appear too. Hear me? I need you to shift your mind. When you change your mind, you change your situation. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. What I mean? How do I want you to change it? How do I want you to shift the narrative in your own life? This is what I want you to do. I want you to stop focusing on being the last one in your circle or your family to get married. This is what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on being the first one to be the happiest the longest. Hmm? I don't want you to just focus on getting married. I want you to focus on staying married. I want you to just focus on getting the relationship, focus on staying in it. Right? Because here's the thing, like any good cake, let me talk to my five-star Michelin chefs out there, my culinary creators, my divine delicatessens. Like any good cake, the ingredients of a relationship hear me, is not the icing, but it is all of what it takes to make the cake. Come on. You want God to do everything for you. But he said, I gave you eggs. I gave you oil because I anointed you. I gave you some icing. Hmm? You got the bowl, you got the spoon, you got the beaters to just, mash it all up together. The cake will be as good as you make it. But here's the thing, we don't want to let the cake bake long enough. Here's what we keep doing. We keep opening up the oven. God, is the cake ready yet? I remember my mama would say, whenever she was making cake, don't walk in my kitchen. Don't walk in my kitchen. Why? Because this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to know and make some cake. She knew that I would make the cake fall with my heavy footed self. Get out the kitchen and allow the cake to bake. But you so hungry, you starving so much, you keep checking. And here it is, not only the cake fail, but you fail. You fell for the fool. You fail in love, but you didn't stand in love. Hmm? Somebody just type, let the cake bake. The cake of this relationship, the cake of this marriage. You only have a desire for dessert. But God said, I got to feed you first. You only want an appetizer. You only want dessert. God said, I got to give you a whole meal. I want you to be full, but I also want you to be fulfilled. I got to change your appetite. Get out of my kitchen. You're not waiting on God. He's waiting on you. Get out of your own way. Get out of God's way so he can make a way out of no way. Stop rushing or you'll ruin it. You think you the chef. You a sous chef. How you like me now? You a chef in training. Let the cake bake. What are the ingredients to make your relationship successful? Come on. You're going to need some ingredients of emotional intelligence. You're going to need some ingredients of relational intelligence. You're going to need some ingredients of discernment. You're going to need some ingredients of purpose. You're going to need some ingredients of healthy boundaries. Throw it all in. Throw it in the bag. These are the ingredients, just some of them, to make the cake of your relationship and your marriage bake in preparation. Dating and relationships is an added bonus and a blessing. That's right. Read the ingredients. Read the ingredients. Dating and relationships is an added bonus and a blessing. Heal so that you understand you're not needy, you're knee dead. Because I'm chosen, I know how to make a choice. Dating and relationships is an added bonus. It's an added blessing. It's not the whole cake. It's the icing on the cake. And you're most prepared to date when you don't need to date. Did you hear what I just said? You're most prepared to date when you don't need to date. When you don't feel the need for anyone to complete you, for anyone to fulfill you, for anyone to instill worth in you, then you're ready to date. Why? I'm so glad that you asked. Because you've learned how to be successfully single. And whoever you are in your singleness will either lead to a marital bless or a marital mess. Listen, I want to empower you. I want to show you how to make the most of what you have. Did anybody get anything out of this tonight? Hear me. Did anybody get anything out of this tonight? Did I give anybody some keys to open doors, the right doors, but also to lock some doors? A key works both ways. Listen, I want to show you how to maximize your mindset. I want to sharpen your skill set. I want to show you how to build your tool set. Why? So that you can not just survive, but that's so that you can thrive in any environment. Let me show you how to do that. I'm showing you how to do that simply by going to the Eagles Academy. Go there right now. Go to the eaglesacademy.com. I want you to become a member. I want to show you how to grow your greatness. Not just with me, with amazing visionaries who recognize that a win for you is a win for them too. Amazing visionaries who understand that it's time to take flight, that it's time to soar, that we don't focus on competition, but collaboration. This is where I teach. This is where I coach. This is where I train. This is where I mentor. This is where I have my vibe board and I'm showing you strategies and skills and I'm writing, I'm detailing certain things. I'm going in even greater depth than what I generally go into on YouTube and these other digital airwaves. Join us tonight. Yeah, become a member now. Let me give you the strategies. Let me give you the structure. Let me give you the solutions. Let me give you the systems to build and sustain and maintain and scale, increase exponentially. Right? So go there right now. Not just giving you information. I'm giving you transformation. I'm bridging the gap between information and transformation through the prism of application. You don't soar as high as your dream. You soar as high as your team. Join our team. Become a part of it. Become a part of it. As I've said before, and I'll continue to say it again, my goal in 2024 is to help you achieve yours. But here's the thing, I can't help you achieve yours if you're so hesitant. Hesitation keeps you in the same situation. Go there right now, theeaglesacademy.com, www.theeaglesacademy.com. Hesitation keeps you in the same situation. Our academy is growing exponentially. Our academy is growing quickly. You want to join us. You want to be a part of the transformation that is taking place in our academy. Membership has its privileges. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Go there. TheEaglesAcademy.com. Tap join now when you get there. Membership has its privileges. Going to develop innovative skills, getting the solutions, sharing ideas, partnering with other individuals. Network determines your net worth. Accountability partners. You're part of the teaching and the training that I do, that you'll find monumental, that you'll find expansive, that you'll find to be empowering. The specialized coaching, the specialized mentoring, the specialized teaching, the specialized training. Being a part of our private, exclusive Facebook group as well. Keep you empowered each and every single day. The questions, the sessions. Listen, I can go on and on and on and on about it. Go there right now, eaglesacademy.com. Tap the join now button. Fill out the form. We'll gladly welcome you in with open arms, with open wings as a member of our Eagles Academy. Once you invest in yourself, once you make that intentional investment in yourself, you buy cars, you buy clothes, you buy shoes. A lot of times we put more money into what goes on our head than what goes in our head. Make an intentional investment in yourself. I want you to visit my e-store. Yeah, Eddie's e-store. Yeah, visit my e-store. I've got 14 different resources on there. 14 different resources. You say, well, where are the resources at? Revolution not only be televised, it'll be digitized. Go right now. The eaglesacademy.com/store. Got a free ebook for you. I never do free ebooks. So if I'm doing it, you better know you need to grab it. Free ebook called More in 2024. How to become more, make it your best year yet. Giving you the blueprint, giving you the strategies, giving you the game, showing you what plays to run to make it your best year yet. Art of Communication. Another free resource is a digital video download where I'm talking about what makes a great communicator. Yeah. Whatever you're building, you can build it better if you get better with words. Get the Art of Communication. Free digital resource. But I also want you to get the Successful Speaker Strategies Blueprint. Successful Speaker Strategies. It is 4.5-hour digital video training about speaking, about communicating, about how to make money as a speaker, about how to be invited back, about how to wow your audience. Just because you're communicating doesn't mean you're connecting. And here's the thing. It can be argued that you're not communicating if you're not connecting. Words are a paintbrush. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? Go get that. Go get that. Go get the bestseller book blueprint. You can also get the Successful Speaker Strategies at accessidentity.org/speaker, as well as the eaglesacademy.com/store. Get the bestseller book blueprint as well. If you want to write a book this year, I'm showing you how to write your book. I'm showing you how to sell your book. I'm showing you what I do to go number one each and every single time that I drop a book. Showing you how to be an author and an authority as an author. How to sell more copies of your book if you already have books out. How to take your manuscript to the marketplace. How to go from point A to point Z. What does it look like for an editor? What does it look like for the cover of my book? How do I even begin to write my book? Get the digital download, 80+ page download that you can plug and play all of my strategies of how I go number one each and every single time. It's a strategy with it. There are strategies with it. I've done 16 books. I think I know what I'm talking about. Go get it. Go get it. I also have my TED Talk that's on there. Go click that. Go click that. My TED Talk is on there. I was able to do a TED Talk, and in many cases, being a premier speaker, a lot of people feel like you need to have a TED Talk under your belt Glad I have one. I also have some t-shirts. I got some merch, y'all. I got some merch. Got some t-shirts and different array of colors. Go get those t-shirts. I also have the playback to my Access Identity Conference. We had an amazing conference last year. We had a sold out event, registrants from 24 states and 13 countries, and it was my first conference. 24 states, 13 countries on the first conference. God is good. Here it is. The gems that were dropped by our speakers, the insight that was given, the strategies that were given from our speakers in our sessions is absolutely mind blowing. You need to get your hands on that playback. And I'm so glad to say it's available. Go to theeaglesacademy.com/store. Go get it. I think it's about 4 something hours worth of content. You can play it at your leisure, watch it, learn at your pace. But you want to get that. Go get it right now. theeaglesacademy.com/store. Go get that. Also have a bundle. Have an amazing bundle on theeaglesacademy.com/store to where you can get the bestseller book blueprint. You can get my successful speaker strategies and a full 1-year membership to the Eagles Academy in that one bundle. 3 for the price of 1. Go get that. It's underpriced for the value that you're getting from definitely the blueprint, the speaker strategies, and the academy. Go get it. On your mark, get set, let's grow. Go now, especially to become a member of the Eagles Academy. I've got an amazing session tomorrow. On Valentine's Day? Yes. What y'all say, period? Put that on everything? Yeah. Yeah, we still going in. I can't wait to talk tomorrow in my Eagles Academy about leading with love. Yeah. And you sure enough don't want to miss my session as I go live on YouTube tomorrow. 2 different sessions. One portal of empowerment. It's going to be amazing. Join me tomorrow, especially for In the Mix at 6. We're going all the way in. It's going to be live. It's going to be lit. And then I can't wait. Right after that, we'll be talking about leading with love in the academy. Go right now, theeaglesacademy.com. Become a member right now. This is officially the longest YouTube session that I've ever done. I broke my own record. It was 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Not that I'm trying to break a record at all. Not my intention at all. But I recognize, I think the longest one was about, 2 minutes, 15 seconds, 2 minutes, 20 seconds, something like that. That was about Purpose Partner. Go back and check out the old, I wouldn't say it's old content. It's evergreen content. Go back and check it out. Replay this tonight. Somebody said, "What about IG?" I'm showing IG love too. I'll be on all the channels: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. Yes, but make sure, since you're watching me on IG and all the other aspects and areas, follow me, subscribe to me on YouTube. Come on. Y'all know I'm out of time. I'm not out of truth. So I want to thank you for the love. I want to thank you for your support. Thank you for keep on coming back. Thank you for sticking and staying with me. Hope I'm speaking life into your life. Hope I'm speaking to your heart. Yeah, we in the mix at 6. And let the word cook. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. When you do what you love, you lose track of time. That's right, Rachel. True. Yeah, come on over to the YouTube side. Come on over. But join me tomorrow, each and every single day, Monday through Friday, in the mix is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, each and every single day, Monday through Friday, on the digital airways of you know what it is: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all of it. Head over to the YouTube side. Make sure, and then even while you're there, like, comment, share, subscribe. Even as you're watching the playback, comment on it too. Yeah. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on all the social media channels at EddieConnorJr. If you want me to come speak, if you want me to come empower you, I'd love to. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, please reach out to me. As you know, it's me. It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother from another mother. Family has been fun, but you know I got to run. It's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. Remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, and brighter. Peace and love. Keep soaring higher.
Hey, it's yours truly, Dr. Eddie. Listen, don't you want to level up in your life? Don't you want to actually dominate this year? You need strategy, you need structure, you need solutions. If you're going to level up in your relationships, you're going to identify your brand identity. If you're going to identify your identity, it's your year to become more. This your year to do more. I'm telling you, this is the time to grow your greatness. You need to be in a secure environment, in a community that really cares about your growth, that wants to enhance it, wants to push you in a place of not just information, but transformation for your application. I'm telling you, you don't just go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team. Join our team. Become a part of the Eagles Academy. Go right now. The eaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button and become a member of this amazing academy with so many amazing people, locally and globally, who understand that their network determines their net worth. They want to soar into success and purpose. I can't wait to see your face, not just your space. Go right now. The eaglesacademy.com. Yeah.